Hello everyone. If you haven't seen the gantry building video, you might want to check it out. I load tested it with a 500-pound John Deere finishing deck and it's solid as a rock. There were zero signs of stressing this thing. It acted like there wasn't any weight on it at all. So I'm ready to use it for its intended purpose. If the beginning of this video doesn't make sense to you, check out the 6 or 7 videos I posted before this one. Basically, I tore the top end down and found a problem that requires the block to be pulled. So that's what I'm doing now. Let's get this short block ready to pull and get it done. So just making sure the battery is disconnected. So I do need to take the exhaust manifold off on this side just so I can get to the starter and the electrical connection for the starter. I can't see it from up here because the exhaust manifold's in the way. And I really don't feel like crawling underneath it to see. I'm going to crawl underneath it enough. So I'll have to get underneath it to get the bottom bolt on the back. This is on the back end of the exhaust manifold. I'm removing the nuts that hold the flange to the back of the manifold. So that really didn't work out. And what I've done is I put a strap on the exhaust manifold there and over there. And I lifted those manifolds up as high as I could. The pipes are hitting they're hitting underneath there somewhere, so I can't raise it higher. But now I can access the electrical connection to the starter down below and the starter, so I can pull the starter out. So that's where the cable connects to the battery. It looks like maybe a 1/2-inch nut on that stud, or 9/16. I need to remove that. And then there's a bolt here and another one on top up here. So I'm going to get in there and remove those and I'll be able to get the starter out. Sorry, there's no good place to set the camera to get a good shot. All I'm doing is loosening and removing that nut I showed you from its stud. Now that the cable is off, all I'm doing is putting the washer and nut back on the stud for safekeeping. Not going to take that all the way out. I don't want to drop the starter. This top bolt head is a lot more difficult to get on. This ratchet head won't fit on it. There's just not enough room for me and the camera down here, so I'm gonna have to get it without the camera.
There were 2 of these bolts to remove from the spacer plate. This is what it looks like after dropping the starter motor.
So I'm going to be working on this exhaust flange stud there. It'll separate the exhaust pipe from the exhaust manifold. And I don't see how I can get a camera in here while I'm working, so I'm just going to have to work on it.
I used a torch to heat the nut until it was red. It still needed an 11/16 socket and impact wrench to twist it off that heavily rusted stud. The car is raised higher on both ends at this point. I had to use a 2-step ladder to work on it from above.
Well, this one was obviously already loosened. Now I wonder if I can get to this one without getting underneath. Wait. Maybe. Possibly. Need a short extension on that. So let's see if this will work. I'm using a deep socket as it is, but I think I need a short extension on it. Oh. So interestingly, the top stud on these exhaust manifolds on the outlets is 5/8 inch nut, and then the bottom stud has 11/16, and it was the same way on that side. Kind of weird. Oh, jeez. And that 11/16 is a lock nut. It's one of those crimped lock nuts, super tight. Oh wow. what's happening here is that the stud is actually unscrewing from the manifold. Which is okay, I'll take that, as long as something unscrews. Oops. There it is. When I was underneath the other side, I got the bottom two bell housing bolts. Here's the top two. I can get them from here. I got the bottom two on that side, I mean. There's 6 altogether. They all seem to be about the same length. Actually, no, they don't. So the two down on that side were longer than the one at the top. And I can tell from this one that that's going to be the same thing on this side on the bottom. Okay, it's another top one. I can actually get this one from here. This side one, I guess I won't call it the bottom, we'll call it the side. I got the other side one from the bottom before. Now I've got to get underneath and disassemble this clutch pedal linkage. Actually, I might be able to start up here. Yeah, let me get the camera on it. I'll get a better angle for the camera. Well, let me see if I can pull this pin first. This is the clutch pedal rod coming through the firewall over to this lever. I guess they call this a Z-bar. This is the top of that. Okay, that was easy to pull that pin. And there's a return spring here. I think I can just, yep, get it by hand. And I'm going to put that pin back in here so it doesn't get lost. That's all I can do from the top. Okay, so here's the bottom of that clutch linkage. This is spring loaded here. I noticed that this will actually just drop right out now. And I can pull this spring off, I think. by hand. That might be all I can do there for now. Let's see. And so all I need to do now is pull this bell housing bolt out. There it is. Okay, so there's the motor mount bolts right here. There's one here. Let's see, right here. And there's one on the other side. So I've got to work on those now. And I don't see how I can record doing that. So I'm able to get a wrench on the front and the rear of this motor mount bolt from above here. There, that wasn't so bad. And I think I should be able to do the same thing on this side. Got that on the bolt head, no problem. Oh yeah, we're on there. Got it. The nut fell down on the floor. And there's the bolt. So we can push it from here and we can hold it so it doesn't get away from us.
It's block pulling day, and the plan is to push the Mustang out of the garage so it will be properly positioned under the gantry. There's an immediate slope in the driveway leading up to the garage, so we have to be careful not to let the car roll away from us. There's no driver inside the car to hit the brakes.
Put another chock back there.
Like all the way back here or that way back here or that one?
Just a couple of feet from that one. A couple feet at a time. Maybe 3 feet. Alright, then pull that one. And move it back to be the next one.
Okay.
Alright. Is there another one back there?
Yeah.
Okay. back there.
It's there. Okay.
Oh, we might have gone just a touch too far. Yeah,
Yeah?
a little too far.
Okay.
Let's see if we can push it forward and move the shock up. Got it?
Yeah.
All right, we'll try that. Put this shock under here. So I already attached a chain to the top of the block, and I strapped up the exhaust pipe on both sides just to keep it out of the way, hopefully. It should be completely free except for that clutch linkage, that crossbar there, the Z bar. I'm hoping that'll just fall out of the way once the engine starts moving. That's pretty straight. That's good.
Should I be standing anywhere in particular?
No, I'm gonna pull this. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to put a jack under the transmission, so let's take care of that.
We put the air jack under the front of the transmission, just behind the bell housing.
You can see the motor mounts down there. See it lifting?
Yeah.
I've got to clear those.
I see a lot of antifreeze spilling.
That's okay. There's a little. Got to clear those, and then I can pull this forward. It's going to cooperate. Dang. Can you put a little bit of air in that jack?
Yep.
Just to lift the transmission up just a touch. Okay, hold it. There it is. That Z-bar dropped right out like I was hoping it would. Still recording. So I need to get that higher than this. Far enough? Well, I also have to get it higher than that plate back there.
It's definitely far.
Okay, it's definitely clear. Now, before we can move the car back, we have to support the transmission and get the jack out of the way.
See if this will work. So normally the engine's the only thing keeping the front end of the transmission up.
Yeah. There's a transmission mount on the back, and the engine holds it up in the front.
Gotcha.
So that's the transmission. All right. I need something to hold that up. So I had that pneumatic jack underneath the transmission so it wouldn't drop. And then in order to move the car, I had to support the front of the transmission without the jack there. So I wrapped this chain around it. It's got a hook on both ends, which conveniently hook onto the export braces. And that's being supported in a very good position. All right, let's pull these wheel chocks out. Put a chock in. Handbrake isn't holding it. Can you release it?
Chop.
Yep.
Yep.
I don't know why it got so dark out. Good sunlight all morning. you can come over here. You're catching two things. Just watching your pressure plate, the flex plate behind it. Okay? Set it down. Grab another bolt. Swing this one up there. Get it started in here. Okay, there's a wrench over there this size that'll help us. These are 11/16. Probably could have grabbed an 11/16 socket. Oh shoot. It's not started?
Like cross or something.
Or just dirty. We got a socket. Okay, there's a problem here because these bolts are too long. Or the holes are too shallow. Let me try something. Might just have to stack up a bunch of washers, but let's try this. That's working. The washer behind that. Here, get this one started and screw it in as far as you can. As far in as it goes. Screw that all the way down. I guess we'll see if that works on the top too. One at a time. So these head bolts are a little too long and a little too rusty. I happen to have a almost complete set of head studs. That's going to work good. Probably need more washers. Maybe not. Let's see. Oh yeah. Back up some washers there to take up the extra space. Okay, I just want to center this with the center line of the engine. That's pretty good. And that's a good position. I need an adjustable. Head towards the garage. get over that hump. Got it. Okay, straighten the wheel out. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Hand brake. Pull hard.
It's not going anywhere else.
Sit in and pull hard. There you go. So this pan will catch all the drips from the engine. Or at least most of them.
Thank you for watching.
Dropped right out like I was hoping it would.
Please take a moment to like and subscribe.
I need to get that higher than this. Far enough? Well, I also have to get it higher than that plate back there. Okay, it's definitely clear. Now, before we can move the car back, we have to support the transmission and get the jack out of the way.